Yesterday on a little live video, I covered how Rudy Giuliani had been attacked by a Fox News host over the weekend, and the guy implied that because he had been sort of double dealing while in Ukraine, both pursuing Donald Trump's interests while also trying to advance his own private business interests, he was going to sink Donald Trump and that Donald Trump should jettison him. Well, Steve Hilton, that Fox News host, has also now said that he is part of the swamp, which is like the most triggering thing you can say about a Republican these days. And as a result of it, Rudy Giuliani is now threatening to sue him for libel, which is interesting. Wouldn't it have to be slander because he said it? Isn't that how that works? Isn't that the argument that always goes back and forth? He didn't write it down, so it's not libel. And Rudy Giuliani's a lawyer. You would think that he would know that if anyone did or would. But anyway, so Giuliani had tweeted yesterday about him. He also tweeted this: lawyers tell me Steve Hilton is a wild card and I should sue him for libel. He recklessly disregarded the truth. So I am assuming that Giuliani did not have a meeting with his lawyers and his lawyers were like, he's a wild card, get him. None of that means anything or makes any sense. What are you talking about? So he's not going to sue him. Rudy Giuliani, I don't know if one of two things is happening. Either Rudy Giuliani was always destined to be a part of Trump's thing, that he had just been pulled in over the years by his gravity because of how much they're alike, or he is actually becoming more like Donald Trump with every passing day. Because now, just wildly claiming that you're going to sue someone when you have no plans to actually sue them, that is about as Trumpy as you can possibly be. Recklessly disregarded the truth. There are a couple of good defenses to that. First of all, you're Rudy Giuliani. Second of all, it's Fox News. What do you expect out of them? That's all you ever want out of them. It just happens to be negatively affecting you right now. So anyway, that is an admittedly a dumb piece of news that doesn't mean anything and won't produce anything because Rudy Giuliani probably can't even remember that it happened right now. More importantly, Donald Trump is abroad right now. By the way, quick note on that. He had complained that the Democrats were still going to hold the impeachment inquiry while he was abroad, saying it's not fair. So, first of all, you already said you're not going to take part in it. So what's the difference if you're, a mile away or 1,000 miles away? It doesn't make any difference. Two, back during the 90s, the Republicans continued the impeachment inquiry while Clinton was abroad. And third, of course, both of those things are true. What does it matter? Oh, so if he just leaves, he gets to not be impeached? That's a deal I would offer. Okay, we will not impeach you as long as you stay abroad. Okay, and we'll do things our way while you're gone. So anyway, he had a couple of little quotes that sort of were interesting. He implied that he shouldn't be impeached because of the precedent it would set. And the precedent would be that they would impeach anyone for anything. And the example he gave, I think, is awesome. I don't know if it's a Freudian slip or whatever, but he says, you'll have a Democrat president. It's Democratic. Just got to always point that out. Thank you for that, Mary, on birthday. You'll have a Republican House, and they'll do the same thing because somebody picked an orange out of a refrigerator and you don't like it. Let's go ahead and impeach him. Out of all the things that you could randomly pick out of a refrigerator, I don't know why. If I was Trump, pomegranate, banana. You usually don't refrigerate them, I guess. Okay. It is glaring. Okay. I'm going to try just when I look up. So I'm just going to be dizzy for the next 30 minutes. Anyway, one other quote I just wanted to cover. You can watch the remarks. You shouldn't, but you could. Anyway, one other thing he said was again, this is the similarity he has with Rudy Giuliani. So Giuliani's conversation supposedly that he had, oh, by the way, let me test something. So again, the whole likes thing, if you could like this video, let's see if that helps more people to see it, because I don't know about the whole bell thing, and I don't like asking people to ring the bell. I wish that they had made it literally anything other than a bell. They could have made it an orange. And that way, YouTubers would be like, could you go ahead and take that orange out of the refrigerator? But anyway, if you could click like, I'd like that. Anyway, so Rudy Giuliani had that fake conversations with his lawyer that definitely didn't happen. Now, Trump, he said this. You'll see there was absolutely nothing done wrong. They had legal scholars looking at the transcripts the other day, and they said, these are absolutely perfect. Trump is right when he uses the word. That's not true. And first of all, if you're going to go around continually claiming that you don't like anonymous sources, could you ever once name a name for these things, these people that are supposedly supportive of you and defending you. But to the substance of that invented thing, I had legal scholars looking at the transcripts the other day, and they said these are absolutely perfect. Trump is right when he uses the word. He doesn't know a legal scholar. He's definitely talking about Jeanine Pirro, by the way, and she is not a legal scholar. But let's say there was a legal scholar. What would they say? They wouldn't look at the call transcript and say, these are absolutely perfect. I understand this is one of the weird pet peeves, I guess, that I know I get too annoyed by, and it doesn't make sense, and it's probably annoying. His weird obsession with the call being perfect. I don't get what is going on in his head when he says that. It would be one thing if he said, there was nothing done wrong in this call, or there was no quid pro quo in this call, or there were no crimes committed in this call. But what does it mean for the call to be perfect? It doesn't mean anything. And for him to then put that on fake legal scholars that they too would say, okay, we checked it, we graded it 100 out of 100, perfect call. That doesn't make any sense. There's something weird in his head. And now he's inventing lawyers to supposedly agree with him. I don't know if this even counts as the latest defense. Like, send the legal scholars in, then have them testify for why they think no impeachable offenses were committed there. If you're so confident in these legal scholars that you supposedly have. Anyway, there's one other thing. I wish that I could go on at length about it, but unfortunately I waited way too long to start this live video. But there's a Washington Post article that supposedly some of the Democrats, not Nancy Pelosi, importantly, are now debating behind closed doors, expanding the impeachment articles beyond the Ukraine scandal. Now, very importantly, while that is interesting, Nancy Pelosi supposedly is not interested in that at this point, and I really don't see how it would happen if she was not going to sign on to it. But remember, that's the debate we were having when they first announced that it was going to be limited to that narrow thing. And now supposedly there are some other Democrats in the House that agree and think that perhaps the case would be stronger if you brought in other things. I don't think I was a strong proponent for making it broader, because I think that if he's committing all these other crimes, they shouldn't be ignored. And I think that impeaching him for one thing and ignoring the other things is like almost sort of implying that it was okay. I don't think it's necessary at this point. I think what Donald Trump did with Ukraine is incredibly clear and definitely impeachable. But anyway, understand that debate is going on behind the scenes right now, okay? Okay, no, I'm too dizzy. I got to put them back on. So, okay, I got to clean them and then not look up. As long as I don't look up and don't give myself cyber eyes, I should be okay. Anyway, I got just a couple of minutes. Oh, super exciting news. She tweeted about it. I don't know if I tweeted about it yet. I might have retweeted it. But do you know who the guest is today? Any guess who my in-studio guest is? Who's going to be co-hosting the show with me? It's very exciting. It's not Nancy Pelosi. It's not Bernie. Okay, it's Bernie Sanders. It's not Bernie Sanders. Oh, Darren Machina got it on the first try. Emma Viglin's in studio. No, Sherry, it's not AOC. I would have already said. She's coming in now. She's coming in early. Anyway, it's Emma. No, Emma, come in, say hi. I'm about to end the stream anyway, but Emma's going to be the co-host, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. We do have a candidate who's going to be joining us, but the rest of the time, it's going to be all Emma. We're going to try to limit how much I talk, and so it should be a pretty good show, so you'll definitely enjoy it. So anyway, I got to run because I need to finalize getting ready before the show, but thank you for joining me for the live video. If you're not already a member, you should definitely become one. Go to tyt.com/John. You can sign up. That way you can watch the live show, which is 9 minutes away, either on the app or on the website. You should already be a member, though. Definitely. And if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that so that you get the notifications for these live videos, and also so you'll see the content that goes up later in case you miss the full live show. Anyway, with that, Rowdy, thank you. Rowdy wishes you the best happy birthday. And Emma gave you a whole bunch of different colored hearts. Or sorry, Felicia did. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I'll see you in just a little bit.